Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Shortcuts for Your Soul. Today we have uh, Mary Magdalene with us, and it is on the Spirit of Gentleness is what she wants to discuss today. And it's a very interesting time to be discussing the Spirit of Gentleness. But before we get into what she has to say, for those of you that are joining us now, please take a moment to share this video out to others that you know, to share the link on group pages you know and other places that might benefit from the information and knowledge that we get. I'm going to be doing that right now myself. It's a very amazing time, and the Spirit of Gentleness is really important. She says it is so important. Gentleness in so many different ways. Not just in speech, but in action. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Kira. The gentleness of spirit, and it's. I have to say, with what is going on, I've received some interesting stuff in the email today, and you have to really embrace this 100%. The spirit of gentleness. What if the people around you don't want to be gentle? What if the people around you want to be aggressive, mean-spirited? And she says it does not matter. The spirit of gentleness turns away wrath. She says it turns away wrath, the spirit of gentleness. And yes, her energy is just so soft today. It's like, yeah. She said when she went through the hard portion of her life, she learned a lot about not experiencing gentleness, and therefore it taught her the value of gentleness. She said she could never put upon any others what was put upon her, that really the process of a gentle love was more important to her than anything else. That became the defining point in her life, was when she was faced with being stoned to death, and Master Jesus intervened. And she said that really opened her eyes to the power of the spirit of gentleness and truth. Gentleness and truth. If you are armed with gentleness and you are able to speak the truth as you understand it, your voice will open up ears and your heart will open up minds. That's very beautiful. Your voice, your voice will open up words, and your heart will open up the mind. The spirit of gentleness. And she says it isn't just in the words or the thoughts, but in the actual movements. She said very few are aware of the power of their voice, the power of their gestures, the way they move the air like water above the water. Your gestures and your movements, your order of speech, the tone in which you communicate with, can be very harmful, but it can also be very soothing and healing. When you speak or you think, do your words heal? For your words can heal. Your words can heal. And it's pretty amazing, to be able to heal. The time for gentleness is growing greater than one can imagine. You cannot be forced to do anything if you choose not to do it. You may resist in peace and in kindness. Have compassion for those who would choose to be harmful towards you, for they have no knowledge truly of what they are doing or how they are affecting their own lives. They simply seek to dispense their pain and suffering onto others without consideration of them For those that would harm you, their suffering is greater than yours. In one sense, it could be considered an honor that they would feel they could put upon you that which they cannot carry, that they believe that you are capable of carrying the burden that they cannot. And gentleness would not attack, it would soothe, it will care, it will love. It will soothe, it will care, it will love. This is the spirit of gentleness. If you are willing to embrace it in your own mind, for your mind, as unruly as it can be with some of you, needs to be trained in this, in gentle thought, in gentle speech. For do you not hear your thoughts in your mind? So it is a benefit to you to make even the speech in your mind of a gentle tone, as it is to make the speech of your physical tone gentle also. But even in your gestures, even in your features of your face, is we really need to understand that the way in which we communicate in our own heads, in the tone that we use in our own mind, we need to learn to change the tone in our own mind to a tone of gentleness. It's funny, she's giving me a little experiment to try, so I'm going to share it with you. She's saying, even if you have a thought of frustration in your mind, can you make the sound or the tone of that frustration gentle? Can you make those thoughts gentle, even in the sound of a voice that is meek and soft and gentle? You'll find that that voice in your mind that might seem wrathful will become quite passive very quickly, simply by changing its tone. Hello from Belgium. Wonderful to see you here. Hello, Heather. Good morning, everybody. Bogjumila. So yes, I very rarely have had Mary Magdalene come to me like this, and so it's a bit of a shift in energy for me to step back, but the warmth and the soothing and like literally, I feel humbled in many respects that I can just relax and let go to her. The gentleness of her energy, her spirit, is something we all need to engage at this time. It's something we all need to engage. Even those who are simply thinking that they are following orders or doing as they're asked without question, they will change very quickly just from the spirit of gentleness. So I'm asking her right now, what is the quickest way for us to embrace the spirit of gentleness? And she's saying, listen to the movement of the air around your body. Feel how it is. Feel the air around your body, how it is right now. This is a very simple way to begin to embrace what is all around you all of the time. A way to get outside of your noisy mind is to simply feel the movement of the air around you. It is often still and quiet. And even if you breathe into that air, it is very gentle. So you may also breathe and align yourself consciously and deliberately. Get out of your head. This is what will happen. You will leave your head when you feel the air and its movement around your body. And the very nature of your perception of this will calm you and quiet you. The very nature of your perception of the air around your body will begin to quiet your mind, for you are no longer giving attention to that which is noisy, but to that which is still and quiet. The spirit of gentleness simply requires your attention to it in order for you to embrace it. Your attention is the embracing of whatever you are giving attention to. If you give attention to your heartbeat, if you give attention to the movement of a leaf in a tree, if you give attention to water gently flowing, there are many ways that all of you, even in this moment, can align yourself with the gentleness of spirit. It is more than delicious. If you go into it deep enough, it is quite joyful as well. It is remarkably liberating. Yes. I'm just going into this with her, just really like feel the air around your body and feel, give attention to anything that is quiet and gentle. Maybe you have a pet that is sleeping beside you right now, or perhaps you have a child that is resting, or you are listening to classical music. But she's saying whatever we give our attention to becomes what we embrace. And is it not wiser to embrace the spirit of gentleness, especially in the times where you are most distracted by the noisy and the gross and the disturbing? But you can move your attention to anywhere at any time. Even if you are observing a disturbance, simply feel the gentleness of the space around you. Space around you is non-judgmental. It is just there. Your breath, when you exhale, is gentle, that movement of air. The spirit of gentleness is within you and around you. Simply giving it your attention, you will give it your life, and you will have it more abundantly. My primary purpose is to soothe humanity, to give them a reminder that suffering should not require your attention, but your love through the gentleness of spirit. Through the gentleness of spirit, all things are made whole, especially in this physical world where this need for kindness and softness and compassion are intimately needed. There are questions you have for me, and I will take them. Thank you. So I'm going to get into questions. If you got questions for Mary Magdalene, please ask them now. Focus on the subject today. The subject is the spirit of gentleness. And I don't know if you guys are feeling what I'm feeling right now, but I feel very, very relaxed and calm and peaceful. And yes, it is what we wish to transmit to you, that you become mindful of that it is not something you simply have to receive, but simply become aware of it. The simple nature of what you give your awareness to, you give life to. Thank you. Just going to go over here. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, also, if you want to support these messages, please become a member of my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. And to our patrons, you get to ask a free question once a month of your guides, your angels. We also do a patrons-only live event on the 7th day at the 7th hour of every month, 7 p.m. And we also do spontaneous live events, usually in the middle of each month as well for patrons only. Also, if you want to support this work, you can use the super chats Uh, the number of questions we get is growing and growing. So if you want to prioritize your question, if it's really urgent, you can use the super chat feature in the conversation panel to get your question prioritized. I get immediate notification for those who have asked for that feature. So let's go into this. Hello, Mary. Hello, Earth Angel. Hi, Miriam. Allison. Wonderful to see you all here today. Question from Danielle. I copied the symbol of your sacred feminine, two hearts inverted within a triangle and circled. Is it yours? I use it as a reminder that I am a sacred being. Deepest gratitude. She's saying to, yes, these triangles need to be united. The triangles need to be united, one up and one down. The unifying symbol of this, with the hearts in the center, you will find a greater effect resulting from that. A triangle pointing up, a triangle pointing down, one upon the other. She's showing me clearly an image of it. It's like what they call the Star of David, but it's also a multi-dimensional symbol. And you place the image of the hearts in the center of that. Do not see the image as a flat image. See the image as a three-dimensional image. So it's not simply two triangles. It's not, the Star of David is not simply a flat image of a six-pointed star. It's literally a multi-dimensional image that Metatron often uses with people. But to envision the hearts in the middle of that is what she's saying. Wonderful. Thank you for that question, Danielle. Scrolling down here. Question from Carolyn. May I ask Mary Magdalene if she has a message for me? Thank you. She's showing me the image of something that you need to gently caress. Something. It's a feminine. It's a symbol of a cat. I'm getting that it's a feminine symbol that you need to interact gently with the feminine, to interact very gently with this female. Yes, to interact very gently with this female. I'm getting the image of a cat, but she's saying it's not about the cat. It's about the feminine, being very gentle with the feminine today. And I presume she's meaning that you need to be gentle with your feminine self, to really be gentle with that. But she's showing very, I'd like you to feel that sense of, if you gently caressed a cat, gently caressing a cat and really feeling that the surface, like the tips of the hairs of a cat's fur, and that level of sensitivity and gentleness is what she's suggesting that you embrace today towards yourself. That sense of she's saying refined gentleness. Oh, refined. For you to refine gentleness. It's not just refined, but refined gentleness. She wants you to find that refined gentleness again today. Focus on that. Wow, thank you, Carolyn. It's a great question. Question from Sunny. I would like to ask Maria if she has a message for me. I have felt her energy around me while doing healing work. Thank you. Yeah, she's saying she works. When you are using your hands, you feel her energy come through you. Much of your healing work will be enhanced as you begin to elevate yourself to the equality that we exist on. What you sense is but the beginning of what will blossom into something greater and more effective in the treatment of others, the gift that you offer them. It is very important to allow yourself to embrace the energy, not simply as a gift from me to you, but as that which you are, as I am. That's really cool. Thank you so much. Hello, Anne-Marie. Thank you for that. Yes, Mary is very dear to me. Yes, she knows this. She's saying, yes, I know this. Um, she's showing me, she, she's saying to rest your head. She means by this not simply to rest your head, like the physical head, but to rest your mind, to give your mind rest. Give your mind rest so that you can remember this aspect of you that you are so seeking to recall. Rest your head. This literally, she's saying, like, rest your mind, like put your thinking mind aside. Is that correct? Yes. She's saying, put your thinking mind aside, put it to rest. I think we could all use a little of that too. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anne Marie. You put your mind to rest today. Yes. I love it. Thank you so much. The vibration of this level of gentleness, I just want to I think when I finished, I'm literally going to sit in this for a while. Just her energy. And then yes, she says it's not just simply feeling her energy and the gift she offers, but also to remind yourself that this which you receive is that which you are in possession of yourself. To simply require that which you require to be given to you is only but a step. To embody that which you think that you require and to become that which you believe you require is the ultimate blessing that you can give to yourself and others. For once you recognize that that which I give is that which you are, that which you receive is what you become, then you will liberate yourself a little further, and we can work more intimately together. For when two of us are gathered in the same consciousness, there are much greater effects in this condition of matter in which we all find ourselves. Yes. And I do find myself in matter. Each and every time I work with any of you, or I am present with you, I am in matter also. As you can feel that. Thank you, Anne Marie. Beautiful question. And thank you for that donation. Kathy is asking, does Mary have a message for me? What a strong, loving energy. I know, isn't it amazing? It's overwhelming from a male perspective. From a male perspective, it's really profound to feel this level of gentleness, the feminine energy, this level of intensity and gentleness. I'm trying to recall a time in my own personal life when I felt it. This is wonderful. Thank you. And I thank you for your questions. I really appreciate it. Does Mary, Kathy is asking, does Mary have a message for you? Yeah, it is a strong, loving energy. But she said, did you feel that? She's saying to you, did you feel that? And are you willing to enjoin in that it's not simply something that I offer to you, but that which you now reclaim for yourself? Can you reclaim this pretense of power and gentleness? Can you reclaim it now? And not simply have me remind you of it, for that which you see you are. Reclaim your gentleness. Yeah, she is like that. Question from Lauren. How did I know Jesus? Did I know her too? Thank you. She's laughing. There are not one amongst you that have not known who I am and who he is. For if you have seen me, or you have felt me, or you have felt his presence, then you know that we are all of the same family. Yes. The work does not cease because one transcends matter. The work goes on eternally. That you have the ability to still interact with matter when you are conscious, from my perspective, is a very delicious experience to realize that I have never lost myself, but I have found my greater self. It's funny as she's saying this, I'm remembering that scene from Star Wars where Obi-Wan surrenders to Darth Vader and just says, I'm not going to fight you anymore. I'm just going to surrender. And I will become more than what you are right now. And it is really true. You know, the masters, the ascended ones, Mary Magdalene, all of these beings, when they reach a higher vibrational plane of consciousness, and I'm going to stress a higher vibrational plane of consciousness, meaning a state away from fear towards love. The more aware you are of love, the more conscious you become. The more engaged you are in fear, the more unconscious you become. Fear restricts you to physical matter as being the definer of what you are, whereas love liberates you and expands your consciousness so that when the body ceases to function, your awareness is expanded by love beyond matter being its defining principle. And so remember that. Yes. Like really getting that place of aligning yourself to love. And yes, thank you very much. Question from Bogyamila. Thank you, Bogyamila. Do you have a message for me? Thank you. Wow. Yes. She's saying it may be to some of you that it can be perceived that life is harder at one time or another. But life is what it is as you require it to be. To liberate yourself from the contrast, to free yourself from that unnecessary suffering, remember the spirit of gentleness. Even those who are in wrath towards you, if you are in the spirit of gentleness, you will see their pain and not be encaptured by it, but move into compassion, understanding that they do not understand. And then what else would you have to offer but love? And that love does not have to be that you have to suffer, for love would not suffer any suffering, but it alleviates all of it in your ability to restore yourself to your spirit of gentleness and love. You will call to others to do the same, but you must remain steadfast in this. What's that mean? In this. In this, she's meaning steadfast in the vibration of gentleness and the vibration of love. It is, especially at this time in human collective consciousness, one of the most challenging things for people to stay in alignment with, with love and gentleness when we're seeing so much fear and angst and all of the gossip and all of the he said, she said stuff going on. To maintain a spirit of gentleness, yeah, she's saying that stuff will not matter to you. You will understand it coming from the pain of others, and that you must remain in your light. You must remain in love and in gentleness. For those who suffer will come to those who do not. And it is at that time that you be willing to offer them your love and your gentleness. Cool. Thank you so much for that, Bogyamila. I appreciate that. Wow. Question from Tanya. My son's dad died yesterday in France. We had no contact with him after he got violent and had to flee France. My son never really knew him. His name was Jean Charles. Any message for us? Wow. The first thing I again, yes. The word surrender is coming to be communicated. Surrender your fear as I could not. Surrender your fear as I could not. And in that you will know who I really am. For I am beginning to remember. Your question has brought forth awareness to myself that I did not have while in body. It's interesting. This is usually the case when someone leaves the body in a low vibrational plane. They become unconscious. They still exist, but they're not aware they exist. Fear makes you unconscious. And what I'm picking up really clearly from him is when you ask that question of him from the Son, he's literally, the minute you ask somebody who's unconscious a question, they become conscious. Even when they're in a non-physical form. When you ask them a question, it makes them conscious in his, yes. And it's only from a place of being aware that they can actually choose. It's only from a place of being conscious that you can choose to surrender your suffering. You cannot be in anger. You cannot be in guilt. You cannot be in shame and surrender it while you're in it. You literally have to become conscious of it. I'm feeling guilt. I'm feeling shame. I'm feeling anger before you can surrender it. And he's saying that in his awareness of self now, yes, he can surrender that. It did not serve him. Yes. And that is to your Son, to surrender his fears. Do not be attached to them as I was. Thank you. Thank you very much for that question. We don't die. We do not die. The body will cease to function. This is just a medium. This is a material medium of expression. It's not who you are. It's a medium that you express through. You are an awareness utilizing non-visible thought to interact with physical matter. And yes, remember that. And the way in which you do that creates your experiences. Thank you. Remember the spirit of gentleness. That's very true, Monica. Thank you so much. Or that's Skyheart, sorry. Yes. Question from Lysandra. Any message for me? I feel my meditation has been getting better results. She's saying in your meditation to place yourself behind the heart. Place yourself, your awareness, behind your heart. To get behind your heart. She's saying literally the physical heart, when your meditation, go behind your physical heart. She's saying there's a current. There's a current that comes up from the bottom of your body. A current that comes up, that goes up to the temple's top. Behind the heart, when your awareness is there, become aware of its heart, its motion, its beating, and feel the current. There is an experience you will have in this that will align you to the heart behind the heart. You will be aligned to the heart behind the heart. Be aware of the two and the experience and sensation of both simultaneously, and you will become aware of the heart behind the heart. Wow, thank you so much. Great question. Yes, I have time for one more question. And again, this is a very different pace for me today. As any of you have watched some of the other beings that come through, it's usually far more intense, but she's really, like, the spirit of gentleness is so important at this time for all of us, for every single human being. I mean, I got some pictures from an event that happened in Amsterdam yesterday, and the spirit of gentleness was not in the police officers. If we were all to deliberately embrace the spirit of gentleness, there would be absolutely no violence or need for aggression. It would just stop. It would literally just stop all violence and all aggression when the spirit of gentleness is embraced consciously. Yeah, she's stressing consciously. All violence will stop in the spirit of gentleness. And I think that's a really wonderful place to take the last question and move on. I think, hello, Victorious. That's okay. Uh, oh, you're very welcome. Okay, I think we've got all of the questions. And much respect to your son and yourself, Tanya. It's an amazing transformation. Yeah, I've experienced that a lot with people that have left the body, and when they get reminded they're still in existence, they can let things go so much easier. We get so into this belief that the body, this physical world, is more real than we are. You know, it's amazing. We get this illusion that our body, this material world, is more real than you are. And it's not. It's the other way around. You are more real than matter is. Matter is following your instructions. Remember that. So I missed somebody's question. I see. Monica. Let's see, Monica. I'll try and find that question. There it is. No, that's not it. It says, hope all is well. Oh, there it is. I don't mean to interrupt. I think you may have missed my question, though. Okay. No interruption taken here. It's again, there's more and more questions being asked as we go into this. Here we are. Are there any messages for me? I feel like this time and moment are extremely relevant for me to hear. If there are any messages for me. Well, she's telling me that you did receive several messages after your question that were actually relevant to you. But for you today, put a leaf upon the water and watch it flow. I don't know why she's saying that, but she's saying to place a leaf upon the water and watch it flow. I get the picture of you doing that in the bathtub. Take a leaf, fill your bathtub up, and put a single leaf on top of the water in your bathtub. And she's saying you will know the gentleness of spirit, how it carries you lovingly throughout your life. Whether it is down the river, you're carried by the spirit of love at all times. Thank you. Thank you for that question. That's a great place to end that. Yeah. I'm also, looking for another moderator for the YouTube channel. So if anybody would like to step up and be a moderator for the channel, I would really appreciate that. Send me an email if you're interested, William Michael Forbes, the number 59@gmail.com. And just put in the subject line, I'm willing to be a moderator for your channel. And I will get back to you today. Wow. Thank you so much, Mother Mary. I'm so grateful. I've felt things I have never felt before. It's really nice, delightful. Mary Magdalene. Lovely. I keep saying, I get the two of them mixed up all the time. They laugh at me about it. They're not much different. We're all one in the same. I'm going to take one more question from High Vibe Life, saying, I'm battling COVID right now and find it hard to stay positive. Any advice for me? She's saying, yes, you must reposition yourself in relation to this. Why are you not embracing this with love? Why are you battling with it? Would you expect to be happy if somebody came and hit you or attacked you? Change the relationship to this event from that of a battle to that of compassion. Have compassion and kindness and the spirit of gentleness towards this event. You will find immediate and wondrous change unfolding. Do not let the spirit of fear give harbor to your thoughts, but let the spirit of gentleness give action to your thoughts. Wonderful. Thank you so much. High Vibe Life. Really appreciate that. Approach your conditions in life with the spirit of gentleness. You don't have to battle anything. If you're in a gentle state, then that which you fight shall yield. And Gandhi proved that peaceful protest, just refusing to do what he was being asked to do by the leading authorities and just saying, we're not going to do it. And everybody just joined in. Do not resist. Do not approach your conditions of battle. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate your time, your patience, your focus, your donations, your support. If you also want to offer support in other ways, you can see the links below for my PayPal account in the description box below. I want to wish all of you a wonderful and a joyful day. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come out to ask your questions. When you ask questions, you offer answers not just up for us, but for everybody who's listening. So thank you so much. And have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful, gentle day. And we will see you on Wednesday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. Much love, everybody. Bye for now.